Chris Time, thank you very much for coming to talk to us at Birmingham Review on this, the red letter date.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Ed.
No, not a problem. So this is it, Stronger Numbers, out today.
Mm-hmm.
How's it feeling?
It feels really good to have my work complete. We started kind of the beginning of last year, so it's been a long old road, but it's good to have it out on Spotify, I suppose. It's been available for pre-order up to this point, but you know, strangely, whatever you think of streaming, Spotify seems to be the moment now when it's released, which was totally different to my album that I did 3 years ago.
The Paper Grenade.
Yeah, it felt like that was kind of like a bit of a side issue. I will put it up for streaming, but hopefully people will buy it. Well, now it's just, you know, I want people to hear it, and that's where I'm at with it, really.
Well, we hope they do. We certainly have, and we recommend other people should. So let's get the plug in whilst we're here. This is it on the table. This is the album book for this, or the digital version of. And so you can get it via your website, Spotify.
Yeah, my website for physical, and then iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, all the usual places.
All good bookstores.
Yeah.
And then you've got your album launch party tomorrow.
Yeah, we're launching at the Ort, which is one of my favourite venues, if not my favourite venue in Birmingham. Really intimate, small band, just can't wait to play the songs, really.
Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Well, we wish you the absolute best with that.
Thanks.
3 years ago we came to talk to you about Paper Grenade.
Yeah.
And roughly about 3 years prior to that was Matchbox Stand, your second EP came out. So there seems to be a 3 year gestation period.
Right.
Talk us through what went into Stronger in Numbers. Talk us what went
Okay, so approaching the writing after the Paper Grenade, it was the first time when I hadn't, well, there is actually one old song on there, but kind of like the notebooks were clear, and I was just starting to write again, so it was probably the most exciting process really with this one. Whenever I'm making a record, not that I've made a huge amount, but I try to just focus on those, you know, if it's an EP, the 6 or the 10 songs that I'm creating, and basically ban myself from writing anything else so that I can focus on getting those songs the best. So I had loads of ideas immediately afterwards. Then I would take myself to, there's some really good rehearsal spaces in Mac. I would get a space down there for a couple of hours away from everything. I was paying for it, so I had to make it count and sit down, finish these ideas, whittled it down from lots of half songs then, down to maybe about 20. I went to see Michael Clark in King's Heath and played him what I'd got, and he thought we'd kind of got more than enough songs, which was the boost I needed really after just being on my own with it.
So 2 months in the recording studio, is that right?
That's right, from February, yeah 2 months.
And
spread out, not concentrated, spread out over till about October, I think we finished tracking.
And working, this is Michael Clark's studio in King's Heath.
Yeah.
So it's all very, you got Mac, King's Heath, Birmingham, I mean this is all very local. You didn't feel like running off and grabbing a stately home in the middle of the country somewhere? Or?
I mean, the initial plan actually was to rip Michael's studio out and go to Wales, or just, get everybody in one space. But, just to be really honest, it's cost, I wanted more days recording it. I knew that I wasn't going to be able to just, obviously the dream would be a great band and you get it all live, but I'm just not the sort of person that could walk away from that and accept it for what it was. I knew, and Michael knew, that I would need to go back and then go back again. So
you speak very highly of Michael Clark. Is he a useful steering rod in this process for you? Because you worked with him on Paper Grenade.
He's great.
Tim Bidwell was the producer of that, wasn't it? So.
Yeah, so I kind of I did have an album called Somewhere Down the Line, which was a number of years before that. I did that, which was very stripped down, just me and the guitar, kind of demos really. Then had a long period where I was trying to, because I'm into music tech, I've got a setup at home, I tried to do it all myself, thinking, if it works for Prince, why not me? But turns out I'm not Prince. I never will be. And then a good friend of mine, John Paul Villafratti, great name, recommended that. He said just get some help. You know, you've got some songs. Why don't you just go and see someone, get some help, and try and finish something. So that was what happened with Tim Bidwell, and he was brilliant for kind of just showing me that it basically is quite easy, isn't it? You write a song and then you set up some microphones, and we did that in 5 days. And he was just really encouraging. He had great ideas. He was very encouraging of my ideas. That happened. I think I've moved on from them, but I'm still pretty proud of it. And then I was looking for somebody to produce the album, and Dan Whitehouse, another Birmingham singer-songwriter, recommended that I look up Michael Clark. Went to look at his studio, went out for a couple of beers, and it was just clear that we were going to get on. Loads of reference points were similar, and then it's just been a joy making music with him, really, because you know, I'm very into the production, but I think for that reason, I need somebody to be like, just, you know, it's okay, I think, or at least we can come back to it. But for now, let's keep the process, because what happens when you try and do it all yourself, I mean, I guess you need multiple people in any creative process, don't you? You have an editor or somebody who's like, just stop, just hold there a minute, you've done a load of good work. If you keep going, I always used to just scrap everything and just have like massive periods of self-doubt. And Michael's really good because, you know, he's coming from a very similar place, you know, he's a songwriter himself, and he's got a good style, you know, he keeps at the right side of becoming too self-indulgent, he serves the song really well, plays loads of instruments, we get on really well personally, similar kind of family life and stuff, so.
Sounds great. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question, I want immediate response. Okay? So are you happy with this album?
Oh, so happy, very happy.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely, I mean, we last spoke at, professionally we last spoke when you were releasing Paper Grenade, which I loved. Lisbon Harbour especially still floats around my head. In fact, when I think of you, that's the song now that jumps into my brain. But
it's a port as well in Lisbon.
Oh right.
But you know.
Okay.
You know.
One day I shall go there and stand and sit.
Poetic license.
You've got there's a fuller sound to this. That's the word I've sort of come back to. I haven't tried to extrapolate it. It feels a little bit more grown up than Paper Grenade.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say? Or?
I think so. The key. I mean, like, I love Paper Grenade still. I think we really enjoyed making it, and I still think I'm happy with 90% of it. But it was very much. I don't think we overly edited. It was very much a kind of, because of the way that I started the record. It was very much a multi-tracked, which is a perfectly fine way of making a record, especially when you can't book 2 months solid and just be there doing that with your band on standby. But with this, myself and Michael discussed how, you know, when I play live, I can tell there's something that happens, you know, and some people pick up on it, but I really feel it, you know, and some people do as well, you know, and we wanted to capture that with this record, so all the songs on this started out with me playing guitar and then one playing the piano and singing at the same time. Obviously I had to do it a lot of times, but we captured a take and then started building instruments around it and a fuller sound. I mean, I guess I never want to be, the next record might well be this, but I never want to be too twee, you know, sat down, too folky. I'm not doing folk music down, but I just want to make something bigger.
Sure.
Going back to the production thing that I was saying, I've got lots of huge ideas in my head. So it's scaling that down to the fact that I am quite a melancholy singer-songwriter with an acoustic guitar, but trying to just make it bigger and more interesting in my head. Not that folk music can't be interesting, but you know, I feel, that's what I want to try to merge those two. You know, the full band sound with some intimate stuff and get the whole spectrum in there.
No, it's an exciting, it's an exciting album, and I'm overplaying it at the moment to try and saturate my mind a little bit more with it. But you've got an incredible load of collaborators on this one. I mean, it's quite a who's who of the Birmingham
it's funny
gig circuit.
because I mean, it kind of makes out that I was doing that because of the title of the album, but honestly, out of the 60 days, there's probably 58 days of me and Michael just kind of sat there together. And then we just had everybody flood in for the last bit. So we've got Michael King from Boat to Row doing some backing vocals. Also Anna, who's, you know, we had John Cotton did a string arrangement for a song No Sing on this record, and some of it was programmed when he was writing, and we got Anna in to play the top lines, and she was just like such a good player.
It's a great track. It's a great track.
Thanks, man. That's the old one that I was talking about. So it was an old song that I had knocking around, and then Joe Hamilton helped me finish it. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how that turned out, because often when you have to work a song, it just becomes a bit stagnant and you end up ditching it, but they definitely breathed new life into that song, so I'm really pleased with that.
When I spoke to you last, the quote I got from you about the next album was, you said the next album might be more in depth. I'm thinking me, a piano and a quartet.
Yeah, I was wondering if I'd said that. Because I think what happened was we threw loads of ideas at the Paper Grenade, and it kind of shocked me how big it had got.
Yeah.
And maybe I was a little bit uncomfortable with that to begin with. But I don't know, maybe that's my sound, I think, to have lots of dynamics, different dynamics and different textures within the record. I don't know, you just let the songs lead you, don't you, really? And that's what happened with this. I think we did, like I say, I started out with an acoustic guitar. Maybe it wasn't intended to be this big, but we definitely gave it some consideration. You know, we didn't rush into any decision, and I feel that this is how this record is supposed to sound. You go back and forth with it after you first finish, and like, did we do too much? Did we not could it be bigger? But you know, it's done, and I'm dead pleased with it, really.
There's some lovely production values on it. I mean, you know, I could go through it on a step-by-step basis, but the title track, Stronger in Numbers, the end of that, the rising sound that comes up, especially stood out. But I wanted to ask you about Stronger in Numbers. From what the notes I've got, this was written about a friend of yours that was ill or that was dying, and it was there. They were talking about how they felt stronger with people around them, that they were stronger in numbers.
Yeah, it's that simple, really. I don't want to kind of labour the point too much because I don't want to get too heavy, but I'm sure it's, you know, I lost a friend to cancer 3 years ago, and he was a really close friend, very much part of the music. He didn't play, but it was you know, a group of friends who were like brothers, really. And in his final day, the end came really quick. You know, we weren't expecting it to be that quick, and he was in his bed. Yeah, he was a very organised guy. I had like sort of every hour plotted out on this. It was ace. And I remember one particular time we'd gone in and his dad had said, he's really not good. And we went in, and it was just kind of seeing the strength he gained from having people around him, you know, and that's it's all that matters, really, isn't it? I know that's a very direct and possibly overly sentimental point, but it felt so right. And like the front cover here, this is all my friends from that group, and he's there
that's it?
On a little picture in between there on the phone, and this is my friend's house. You know, it's all it all just felt really right, and like a pure, honest reason to make a record. And lots of the lyrics relate to that. It's not 100% on that theme, but particularly that track, you know, all very, very directly relates to what I've just described.
Sure thing. Was it a difficult process to put that onto a record? Was it?
Felt good.
Cathartic?
Felt good, yeah. Felt like he would approve.
Well, it's a beautiful song, and I mean, nothing wrong with a bit of sentimentality, but it's a strong sentiment, Chris.
Cheers, man.
What else? I mean, I know, you know, everything means something to somebody, but is there any other pertinent points on the record? Any other songs that stand out for you?
I feel really attached to all of them. They are all around a similar theme, so I don't know. The last track, More Than a Dream, is from a production point of view, is just so huge where that ends up. I'm really proud of that one. proud of the track before that, Death by Indifference, kind of very stripped down, piano led, which I haven't done that much of before. So yeah, I love it all.
I like the lyrics in Death by Indifference a lot, actually. The opening song, Feature Fight, though, I think that's a great opener. That's really strong. But we shall leave this for people to go away and buy and listen to the album on their own accord. But just on the Paper Grenade, we've talked a fair amount about that, and I know that we're here to talk about the new album as well. But both of these are inspired by, well, they're both calls to live your life as well as you can, really. I mean, the Paper Grenade came from a conversation you had about making life count.
Yeah. It's very strange, isn't it?
Well, I was going to ask, you refer to yourself as melancholic, but your music is very uplifting.
That's good.
Well, what I've written here is inspiration, you find strength through tragedy.
Yeah.
Is that a fair thing to say with your songwriting?
Well, don't we just do that as we go along? We kind of like, you just look at people that have it worse, and how you have to try and latch onto those things, don't you? As you don't think about it when you're in your 20s.
Yeah.
I'm not in my 20s anymore. I'm just kind of, 20s is all about love, isn't it? And then I'm just like, hey, I'm the only person that's in love.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, what? I think it's always going to be personal for me, and that's just what I'm writing about at the moment. Okay. I'm trying to keep it really honest, and
Okay, good.
Hopefully it won't be a tragic trilogy. Do something different next time.
Yeah, if we're doing this in 3 years' time, it's another album title like that. I might give you hope at the end of it. Yeah. I mean, actually, I've got a quote from you from our last interview. People like isn't it?
Sorry.
People like miserable. It makes them happy. It makes me happy. Yeah. Which kind of defined my entire teenage years, really.
But I just zone into those tracks on an album. As soon as anyone's trying to be uplifting, I'm like, come on.
I mean, if you can surmise this at all, and this is a bit of a difficult question, but we're going to ask it anyway. What would you like Stronger in Numbers to achieve? What impact would you like it to have on people?
I want it to be an album that people play a lot. So I know that's I don't know if it is that immediate, all of it, but I think if people listen to it multiple times, that they'll find something new. That's always been what I've loved about lots of the albums that I'm into. Different textures. I think the melodies are really strong. I want lots more people to listen to this than the last record. I'm really proud of it. Of course, you want people to hear what you've done. Yeah, sure. And that's sometimes quite difficult, isn't it, when you're an independent artist? Which is why things like this are great. So thanks.
Yeah, well, any support we can give you, really. It's an editorial meritocracy with us, so we do it because we think it deserves the attention, really.
Great.
And it is genuinely a very strong album. I am getting more from it the more I listen to it, which I hope.
Great, that's good to hear.
So, how's this going to translate to the live show? Talk us what's going to go through, because you've got a slightly stripped back crew for Aught, haven't you? So.
Well, we did the, going back to when we did the launch for the Paper Grenade, I was very layered album. I was just keen to kind of recapture every element of that in the live performance. I think it worked to a degree, but when you're not able to pay musicians a fantastic amount of money to be in one space, that is what it is. It's not a criticism of anything, really. So this time I've got two people that I play with a lot. That's Jane Powell and Simon Davies. Both great singers. Simon plays keyboard, Jane plays bits of drums and guitar, and Simon plays guitar as well. We're just making it work within that, reinterpreting the tracks, and it feels loosely, not in a rhythmic way, but they are a bit different every time we play them. And we did some good shows back in October with that sort of lineup. Played a few shows all over the country, and the plan is for Aught tomorrow night is to play the album from start to finish, and then play loads more. So we're just going to do a really long set because that's what we feel like doing.
So people get to see the whole thing?
Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah.
Blimey, okay. Are you touring the album? Are you going out and about across the UK or further?
Yeah, probably later in the year. don't know how good. Yeah. So, some shows later in the year. We've got a gig at the Town Hall on Sunday.
Blimey.
With part of St George's Day thing. It's a charity gig. And then we've got some gigs coming up at Salt Cafe in Bristol, which is a great. You aware of that?
I know of, yeah.
Yeah, it's Plug Ort in Bristol.
Yeah.
And there's all sorts of little places like that, so we're getting around there a bit later in the year, yeah.
Brilliant stuff. Well, Birmingham will look forward to its chance to see this festival at Ort tomorrow, which is a great venue actually. I think it's going to work
they're
really
great.
well in
They're
there.
really good place.
And once again, thank you very much for coming to talk to us at Birmingham. We sincerely wish you all the best with this.
Thanks.
And I shall ring fence a date in my diary from 3 years from now. For us to do something again. Lovely stuff, Chris Ty.
Nice
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Together in the low and lost, solace in your touch. Frame of pine, a memory, the house we stayed so long. Shoulder to shoulder when it's falling apart. Stronger in numbers, golden in the dark. I'm gonna give you some time now. Keep us in the back of your mind, though. Don't go anywhere when we're gone. Please, pal. Together now is all we have, we should only connect. The energy of chemistry we never will forget. Shoulder to shoulder when it's falling apart. Stronger in numbers, golden in the dark. I'm gonna give you some time now. Keep us in the back of your mind, oh. Don't go anywhere when we're gone. Please, pal. Did I find a different rhythm now? Think I found a different rhythm now. Carry on, imagination. I'm gonna give you some time now. Keep us in the back of your mind, oh. Don't go anywhere when we're gone. Please, I'm gonna give you some time now. Keep us in the back of your mind, oh. Don't go anywhere when we're gone. Please, pal. Shoulder to shoulder when it's falling apart. Stronger in numbers, golden face in the dark night. Shoulder to shoulder. Stronger in numbers.